What's cracking with you people? Anansi here and welcome back to the Jade Empire. In the last one, we retrieved the crystal from the Pilgrim's Rest Inn and was offered a deal to kill the Forest Shadow. We lied and said we'd do it, but maybe we might turn out, maybe we might go back on that. I don't know. We also made our way up to heaven where we met Zenbu, our celestial merchant. We also obtained Black Whirlwind as our companion. And now we are dealing with the Forest Shadow and her acolytes, these two-tailed foxes. In this one, we're going to go up there and meet with the Forest Shadow after fighting through a horde of demons that are assaulting her palace. Man, oh man, oh man! I thought I had property problems. Toad demon, and what the heck is that? Okay, I am not doing so hot. A horse demon. Okay, so here's the thing about horse demons. They are constantly on fire. That means if you attack them, they do damage to you. You also gain the horse demon style. It also means that when they die, they explode. So keep that in mind. Now the book stand. Horse demons. Words are only wasted describing these equine horrors. Words are only wasted describing these equine horrors, for their appearances are all too easily recalled from the nightmares of childhood. All the legends talk of these beasts' fiery manes and terrifying strength, but few sources delve beyond the lore to seek out the fact. It was a most fortunate happenstance that led this author into a roadside discussion with the venerable Li Shi Tun, a master warrior who had recently destroyed one of these beasts. His insight proved most valuable, for it was this master who first made clear the true effect of the horse demon's terrifying mane. Holding out blistering hands, the ancient warrior made his point most clearly. To strike a creature who controls elemental fires with such ease as to strike the flame itself. One must be prepared to hurt themselves with each attack. Basically, you either attack her from a distance or you take damage. The horse demon is also how you gain access to another form of dire flame. Has a melee attack and is a long range attack. It's pretty much just the dire flames long range attack. So that's all it is. For your intuition gem, okay then. So yeah. Now I'm not gonna lie. I don't use a lot of the demon transformations because they do take chi. They take magic to use, and in my opinion, they're just not as effective. But the one thing they do provide is the ability to pretty much become immune to whatever their effect is. So, for instance, alright, he's immune to fire. Duh, hot, duh. Need a different attack to deal with him. So, for instance, let's say you're using Toad Demon style. You didn't become immune to poison. So it does have that trade-off. Let's see here. Y'all see that giant elephant beating on that horse in the distance, right? Like, that's not just me, right? Just in case, am I missing anything? Nope. Okay then. You have come, following the path I laid for you. But now you have reached a fork and must make your own choices. I will try to help you in this.
You should ready yourself, mistress. I do not trust them.
Give your pet a peanut and tell him to be quiet, will you? Man, that is savage. At least we're even. I tend not to trust people with spirits who ambush me.
Mind your tongue, human.
You are too quick to turn away a potential ally, Shining Tusk. We know our enemy. This one may yet prove to be a friend.
Even with the Heavenly Gate Guardian here, I do not know that we can afford trust.
Narawa irquanuk noka okir okir ifwir wo.
Huh. Chai Ka. And this is why I brought Chai Ka along. Chai Ka has some interesting dialogue. Interesting dialogue, and the people and the demons here have interesting dialogue. Well, I say demons, even the spirits here have interesting dialogue for Chai Ka, the Heavenly Gate Guardian. So, from what I have sensed in the forest, you are right to be cautious.
I am not the only one, Guardian. You have much to contend with, it seems.
What is he talking about, Chai Ka?
The Guardian doesn't have anything else to say. You should talk to the fox and not worry about us. We're fine.
You have just met my guardian, Shining Tusk. He is slow to trust and quick to anger, but he will not harm you. Not without cause. I am the Forest Shadow. I will help you understand the significance of what happens in my forest, and then I shall be most intrigued to see which fork you choose to take. What fork are you talking about? I'm more of a spoon guy myself. You were attacked at the bridge by a mad fox spirit. The spirit tried to kill you, yet you fought her off. You survived because I had no intention of harming you. I hope to confuse you, to force you to question what was truly happening in this forest. You need to understand. Why did you kill the man I met on the bridge? The man on the bridge was from the inn. He was no longer human. Despite the illusion that concealed him, I couldn't risk that he would find a way out of the forest. Why didn't you attack Spirit Catcher's Leaf? Why me? Ah, the hunter. He is a true soul, but while he may suspect, he knows nothing of the corruption in the inn. He knows nothing of the real reason my force suffers. I have no doubt he would be an ally if I called, but he does not possess your skills. He cannot deal with the creatures that cloak themselves in human guises in the Pilgrim's Rest. Okay. Why do the people in the inn hate you so much? They hate me because I oppose the creature they serve. All the people in the inn are corrupt. They cloak themselves in spells to conceal the horrors they have become. Enough mysterious hints. What's really happening in the inn? The people of the Pilgrim's Rest have become inhuman beasts, corrupted by an ancient demon known as the Mother. The Mother was awoken by the rage of the spirits of the dead. Those denied passage to the underworld with the death of the water spirit, of the water dragon. She feeds on their anger. Her dark power has twisted the inn folk into monsters that crave the flesh of humans. Cannibals. How can I know you're not lying? The people in the inn look human to me. How can she feed on Let's start with this one. How can I know you're not lying? The people in the inn look human to me. Illusion. The mother is powerful and she had taught some of her magic to her children. Far more intelligent than his brethren, the keeper has woven spells to confuse the eye. Think a moment. Think more about the inn. How have they been surviving? Why did they not flee? Why do the ghosts not attack them? Not to mention, him Pact Ho mentioned, it's kind of odd for an innkeeper for a chef to have any supplies given what's going on in the forest. Finally, look to the demons that attack my home. Were I behind this all? Would I lay siege to my own domain? Surely the picture cannot paint itself more fully for you. How can she feed on anger of spirits? The mother is a beast, a primal force of an ancient hunger. You know the water dragon is dead, and you have heard that the emperor's son took her power. Without the water dragon, the ghosts of your dead are denied their rest. The mother's return is simply another symptom of a problem that affects all of your empire. Where did this demon come from? She has been here longer than your empire, human. This forest has held two spirits for longer than history can remember. It is the way of my kind. When we are tied to your world, as I am the forest, there is a dark side to match the light. Usually one side will be dominant, but even in broad daylight there are shadows. So what does that mean for Chai Ka? He's very clearly a light demon, but he's anchored to Wildflower. Is Wildflower the demon? Should I believe that this demon is responsible for the forest too? Her corruption affects the trees as surely as it does the inn. She is a foul creature, and this is not the first time the trees have sickened due to her influence. So why am I so important? You know the water dragon is missing, and that your world fills with the spirits of the dead. But this forest has illustrated what that really means. The mother's awakening and her spreading corruption is just the beginning, one of many that happen all over your empire. You do not want to see the end. You must restore the water dragon. Since you entered my forest, spirit monk, I have felt the essence of your mistress. The water dragon's touch is upon you, and it is recent. I have been having visions of a spirit in blue. Could that be her? A woman in blue. She would often appear in such a guise, yes. The form of Celestial Dragon can be intimidating, especially...
Even here, so weak. The waters cannot bleed forever. Nothing is without end. Not even this world. Not when my power rests in the hands of mortals.
Are you the spirit of the water dragon?
Names are fleeting, given so your kind can point and say, that is mine. All words, names, history, dreams, they die on your lips. What remains after that is beyond you, or is meant to be. Not everything can be owned, not without price. You will pay a debt earned by another. I lack the strength to help you. You cannot avoid your fate. When someone steps beyond their station, others must fall to fill the gap.
Someone has challenged the gods. Challenged you?
He challenges the order. He pushes above while you are where you should be, where you must be. If you fail in your destiny, your true enemy falls with you. And if he falls, so do we all. You must win. But in doing so, you will lose. It is a painful circle that must be allowed to close. You do not truly have a choice until you confront what comes after. You will be free to act, but there is a cost.
She is still alive, but in great pain. I knew it. I knew it. Dead gods grant no miracles, and no emperor can summon endless water. You are the one the water dragon has chosen to restore the balance, spirit monk. Your mistress calls on you. Now that I am sure of your role in things, it is all the more vital you choose which fork in the road you will take. Why me? Why doesn't she ask you for help? I could not see or hear her, human. Only you seemed close enough to pick the whispers from the air. All I could catch was a scent, but it was one I knew well. I know what you must do now. You need to make your way to the Imperial City, and I know Lord Yun holds a wind map you must have. He will only be satisfied if you cure the forest, as he understands it. And so the choice. Will you attempt to destroy me and tell Yun that I was behind the corruption of his land? Or will you brave the more dangerous road and face the mother? Why don't you just destroy the mother yourself? Had I acted sooner, I would have been able to crush her easily, but she is insidious. Her corruption spread slowly until it slowly erupted like a fungal bloom.
That beast should never have woken up.
Now the force is in a delicate balance. She is not yet strong enough to destroy me, but I find myself in the same situation. You could tip that balance. Couldn't you just tell Yun to give me the wind map? And leave my force sickened and twisted? In you I have the chance to enlist the aid of one human who might be able to tip the scales. I would rather die than give up this opportunity, which, I'm sure you're thinking, is exactly the issue at hand. You seem awfully calm about what could be your impending death. I do not think you will win, human. I am not as strong as I was, but I am still more than your match. I also know that decisions made by you could have sweeping effects. If you are the type who would attempt to destroy me out of convenience or just sheer malice, I have no choice but to stop you here and now. So basically, we have another choice. The way of the closed fist or the way of the open palm. If you remember way at the beginning of this journey with the test of the lion, it's no coincidence that we had to get to this heaven area via the same trial as the test of the lion. If we go ahead and break the altar, as in kill the forest shadow, we get a lesser reward. But if we persevere through, we might get something better. So, I have made my decision. I'm all ears, human. The mother must be destroyed. How can I find her? There are caves beneath the Pilgrim's Rest. They are infested with cannibals, and the creatures work tirelessly to free their mistress. For all their diggings, they will not completely free her until I am destroyed, or until I release her, and that is exactly what I plan to do. You must go to the Pilgrim's Rest. I will release the seal on the door beneath the inn so that you may enter her lair. Okay, what will I face there? The people at the inn are her followers now, and they are nothing more than cannibalistic monsters. They will know that we have allied, and you will have to face them. Individually, these cannibals are not exceptionally strong or skilled, but they are fast and they attack in groups. Where is the entrance to the mother's lair? Inside that place, at the back, you will find a lift that descends to what was once a storage area. Once I release the seal on the mother's trap, many more caves will open. Her followers have been most prodigious in their work to free her. The hill is riddled with caves and tunnels that connect the old mine workings at the hill's base. That's all I need to know to face her. Once the seal is broken, I will not be able to close it again. You must not fail. You will find a way to defeat the mother, and you will survive. You must. I will find you after she is dead. I want to ask some more about you and this forest before I go. Neither of us has time to waste, but there is time to talk. Can I ask some things about fox spirits? If you're thinking to learn our tricks, you will be disappointed. I'll happily tell you more of my kind if you wish, though. I keep hearing about the fox's tricks. Can you give me an example? Suppose you are a young noble who has just inherited a fortune. Once one of my kind might approach you as a wizened sage and ask for aid in studying an ancient artifact. Your response would determine the reaction. What if I offered as much money as the sage needed? Suppose I get to save some funds and demand results. What then? What if I offered as much money as the sage needed? You might expect this generosity to be rewarded, and many who think they are dealing with the fox take exactly this approach. They are fools. To give without temperance encourages charlatans, liars, and thieves. Had you given that offer to me, I would have taken all you had to teach you a lesson. The fox has a nose for people's character, and we judge by their intentions as much as their actions. So basically, if you're too much of a goody-goody, she would have robbed you blind and ran. Are most of your kind tied to nature in some way? No. Unlike many of my younger sisters, I am anchored to this place. More free to act upon your world than most spirits because of my connection to the trees. The mother is the dark balance to my lighter influence. You will find that most anchors are like that. The heavens maintain balance in all things. Wildflower is an anchor for the guardian. Does he have a dark counterpart too? As I said, it is often the way. I should say no more on the subject. Perhaps you should ask your companion if you truly must know. So let me ask you. So let's suppose I gave the sage some funds and demanded results. What then? Then you would be rewarded in some small way. Perhaps the artifact would be genuine, or the fox would offer you some information she had learned from the artifact. Your response was proper, as you balanced your wealth with the sage's need, but did not do so foolishly. Okay, are fox spirits good or evil? It likely depends on what a fox has done to you. How easy to paint the persecutor as evil and the benefactor as good. So long as we stay in our place, we foxes are merely servants of heaven. We fill a role few would envy. What about those who don't stay in their place? Every class of spirit or demon is ordered by the Celestial Bureaucracy. We have our roles and powers, but we also have desires and personalities. Some rebel against the will of heaven itself and follow their own hearts. Not all of those who do so are evil as you define it, but they are certainly defiant. So I want to ask about one more thing. Let's say I turn him away. What would happen? As someone who had just come into more wealth than you could possibly need, you would be made to suffer in some way. So basically, let's change the subject. So basically, if you're too good, they'll punish you. If you're too evil, they'll punish you more. But if you are discerning, you will be rewarded. So you can still give the sage money, with open palm, but you need to demand results like the way of the closed fist. Be tempered with it. Tell me more about Shining Tusk. Shining Tusk has been with me for centuries. He is my guardian and my friend. Why is he so surly?
Humans expect all Celestials to be like their flighty foxes, it seems.
O kanske rugne abawa fason siro, o abawa feir o soir unusum si.
Elephant demons are not noted for their humor. Shining Tusk is one of the most light-hearted of his kind. Be glad you did not meet him several centuries ago. This is him in a good mood.
Woe betide anyone who called me surly back then. The Forest Shadow's brethren have worn away some of my stern nature.
How is it that you have a guardian? The politics and structure of the Celestial Bureaucracy are staggeringly complex, so I won't waste time trying to explain the intricacies. When I became the guardian of the Great Southern Forest, my responsibilities were such that it was deemed I needed his services.
It was an honor to become her guardian. She is not like any other fox spirit.
I should go deal with the inn. Of course. Shall I send you to the portal back to my temple, or would you prefer to walk among these islands a bit longer? I will walk. Breathe deeply. You will find yourself in other places where the air is less pure soon enough. Now, I'm going to mention something about this real fast. When I first played the Jade Empire, I kid you not, I killed the Fox Spirit. And yes, this urn has nothing in it. I don't know why, but it just doesn't have anything in it. Book stand. The Celestial Order Volume 1. The world is a place of order. When order is not enforced, chaos reigns. Chaos is the natural state of the world. The order that currently exists is the result of the power of the Great Dragon. Out of the steaming chaos, the Great Dragon created the world, perfect in every way. But nature, the forces of the universe, demanded balance. For every bit of order, there must be corresponding chaos. That first world, that perfect world, was pure order. It could not last. The perfect order choked life and did not allow growth, and so chaos was allowed back into the world. Basically, this dragon made things too perfect, too easy. Now, basically, what this did was allow us to just kind of explore around a little bit more and then walk back in case you missed anything. And you could also get some more experience this way. So if you'll excuse me. So yeah, it does help to do this if you want to get a little bit more experience. It's one of the reasons why in every single game I play, it's the RPG I play that gives you the option to teleport back or walk back. I usually pick the option to walk back just to get some more experience. That's just how I do things. Excuse me, sir, you're not allowed here. Okay. The lag is real here. I'm gonna die. 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 He's immune. He's immune. He's immune. I'm gonna let you guys kill this thing because okay, I got my health back. And yes, when your health is low, you run slower. Okay, now I believe there is a chi fountain around here somewhere. Well, we have enough right now, so I'm going to be fine with it. But yeah, this allows you to pretty much go back and see if you missed anything. Can you talk to these people? You will be our salvation. Okay then. So yeah. Is there a fight down here too? Yes, there is, but it's just... And like that, we're done. So yeah, we're good to go. Basically, the forest spirit would have teleported us right back to here. So yeah. The Pilgrim's Rest is famous as a place of meditation and reflection. Are you sure? So we learned a lot there. We learned that, well, essentially things were not as black and white as it seemed, but you kind of knew that if you were paying attention. Hinpecto pretty much gave it away. A lot of the people from the inn were acting really, really strange. And you know, there was that cutscene earlier where you saw this weird thing kind of just run away. So it gives you something to look forward to. Now for this next part, we're going to bring out the Black Whirlwind.
No one will
Anything new from you? Well, we're going to hold off on this because, yeah, hold off on selling to Zenbu because he doesn't actually sell to you for a good price. I'm learning this right now. No, I was focused on this. No, not that. Need my focus back. Now I mentioned in the last one that if you use focus a lot, you should learn the heavenly combo to give you focus drops, because man, oh man, are you going to need it. Anyway, we're going to call it a part here today. I've been Anansi, you've been awesome, and in the next one, we're going to go gut some cannibals. Deuces!